Yeah, check 1 2, check 1 2. Is this mic on? Is this mic on? Hey, listen, man. It's the one and only trendsetter DJ Sense, and you're listening to CockTales. Dirty discussions with Kiki and Medinah Monroe. Yeah.
Today's cocktail is a big old apple bottom. The ingredients you need to make a big old apple bottom is 1 Honeycrisp apple, 2 tablespoons of granulated sugar, 1 tablespoon of ground cinnamon, 1 cup of apple cider, and a bottle of champagne or Prosecco. So here's how you're going to make a big old apple bottom booty drink. You're gonna cut the apple in half, then cut 4/8 of a slice. Using the tip of the knife, cut a small diagonal slit in each slice. Reserve the remaining apples for something else. On a small plate, you're going to combine the sugar and the cinnamon, dip the champagne flute in water to wet the rims, then dip in the cinnamon sugar mixture. Fill the champagne flutes a fourth full with apple cider, then top off with the champagne or the Prosecco. Top each one off with an apple slice. And that is a big old apple bottom booty drink.
I used to want to have the apple bottom jeans so bad when Nelly was always talking about it. And it's like, why? It wasn't going to give you no apple bottom. You got to go to the DR for that.
Yeah. Or Mexico. I saw people in wheelchairs in Mexico.
Oh, yeah. They go all sorts of places. Mexico is a really popular place for surgeries, especially weight loss surgery.
Wow, I didn't know that.
I have a friend. She went down there and she got, I don't know what it's called, but it's when you get the balloon in your stomach to like fill up the space. But yeah, y'all wild for that. Yeah. Because like the weight loss surgery, I think is just different. Mm-hmm. Especially when you mess with your stomach and how much you can eat. Like you need food. Mm-hmm. You don't need a booty, but you need food. Mm-hmm. You know. Oof. Anyway, welcome back to Cocktails Dirty Discussions, you guys.
Hey y'all.
So what's been up?
You know, I'm trying to wear jewelry.
Okay, I see you with rings and bracelets today.
These are rings and bracelets. My boyfriend actually got me this bracelet. It's called the We Are Felicity bracelet, and I had seen it on Instagram, but when I opened it, I wasn't sure what the fuck it was. I was like, "What is this? Something else that goes with?" But then you look through the middle of it, and it's a picture of me, him, and my grandma that we took last Thanksgiving, and I just burst into tears because I was like, "Wow, that is so thoughtful." I didn't even know I wanted this. Didn't know I needed it. I wear it every day. And I got these rings from Tulum from a man that was making them on the beach. And I was like,
That's cool.
I don't like jewelry, but I want to like jewelry. And so
Why don't you like it?
I don't know. Like I was just talking to Warren's wife about it. I was like, I think that I look like a baby boy when I put on earrings. And I've been buying earrings.
Boy?
I feel like I look like a baby boy named Braylon, whose mom is just putting him in earrings. And I don't like what earrings look like. I don't like how my face... It's just like
studs or like dangly earrings?
Any of it. And it's like I'm trying. And so I'm like, let me just start with like rings. And so these rings were made on the beach. And I was like, I like a piece of jewelry with a story. So hopefully I don't lose them. And I just been staying in tune with myself and trying to do things that make me happy. I came out with a coffee mug. I haven't actually posted it yet on Instagram, but we've been selling them at the live shows. Coffee is not a date because it ain't. It's a business meeting. And just working on like other different types of merch that I could use for my brand. The holidays are coming up. And I have decided that this year is not going to be a stressful holiday year. It's just not.
So what are you going to do to keep it stress-free?
I'm not going to worry about other people's plans. And that's normally what makes things...
Like all your siblings, parents, all that?
Yeah, everybody. Now, I'm going to do what I do. Like, I want to be with my family. But if there's anybody in the family who doesn't want to be with the family, it's like, you should actually do what you want to do for the holiday. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I think everybody should celebrate how they want to celebrate. It sucks when you're not on the same page with people, but oh well. Like, we all want to enjoy the holidays.
We all want to enjoy it.
Don't force yourself to be with us if that's not really your vibe.
And I get it now. I really do get it. I feel like it's taken all these years for me to, like, get that. It's like... People want to do different things for the holidays, and that's fine.
Nothing wrong with it. I'm excited for the holidays. We are having a 80th birthday party for my grandfather right after Thanksgiving. So his birthday is actually the week after, but since we'll already all be together, it'll just make it easier to do it that weekend.
How's the planning going? Is it better?
I don't even want to talk about the planning, but we're going to have a party and we're going to celebrate him. And I hope that he just feels loved and special and appreciated that day. 80 is a long way to go. And I was really stressed out because he done broke his hip, y'all. And I was in shambles, but he's okay. The surgery went well. He's still in the hospital. So if you're a praying person, please pray for him. But he's doing okay. And I talked to him. He seems to be feeling fine. He's still trying to figure out how to listen to my podcast. So he hasn't lost his wits. And I keep telling him he just is not on his phone. That's just it. And Siri, you better not tell him either. Because that's who you're going to have to ask is Siri. I'm not putting it on there. But I'm excited for the party. I'm excited to see my family. I went, what was I in Houston?
Beyonce.
Oh, yes, Beyonce, the queen. I had an amazing time at that show. I dressed up like Beyonce. I had so much fun. But I don't know if I said this on a previous episode. My little cousin plays soccer at Grambling.
Oh, yeah, you did.
And she's a freshman, so I went to her game. And then Walker had fall break, so they went to Louisiana.
Was she so happy to see you there? That's special.
And she's a long way from home. So she was playing in Houston, so I went to the game there. It was like their season opener for like their conference games. And then Walker and my grandparents, well, not my grandfather, but my grandmother went, my aunts and stuff, they went to a game that she had that was a home game because Grambling is very close to where they live. And so she is one of my cousins who never really was around growing up. But now that she's in Louisiana, it's nice that she gets to spend more time with this side of the family because she's basically only been around her mom's side and then our one uncle who also lives in California. So it's good to see her. I am also looking forward to Christmas, even though that's very far away. We're not doing our annual Christmas pictures this year, and I'm upset.
Why?
Like you said, with the whole, if you don't want to do this, don't want to do it.
Somebody was like, I don't want to do this.
It's like my stepdad, even though he's technically not my stepdad anymore, he's still included. He's fine with it. My mom wants to do it. Me and Mallory want to do it. But the other siblings and my sister's husband, they're like,
can y'all do it without them?
Well,
that's rude. Now the
it's
family's
not the
talking.
same. They probably wouldn't care, but it's not the same. So Mallory was like, well, I'm doing my own family picture. You can come be with us if you want to. I don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Like her husband and her kids, I don't want to be in that picture. So I'm just going to do a photo shoot by myself like I always do anyway.
Bitch, we can do a CockTales holiday shoot.
And we could do that too.
Listen.
Because I like the holiday photos and I think it's fun. But then I'm like, I guess we stressed everybody out so much. We were just trying to have a theme. Like my sister missed it last year. We had to Photoshop her in the pictures. And it's just like, y'all just don't care. And I don't want to stress nobody out. Y'all want to do it, don't do it. So I'm still going to have some holiday photos.
I want some holiday photos
too. We
too.
do some CockTales one too.
Yeah, look, CockTales.
I don't know what it is about a themed holiday shoot.
Fun.
And it's just like to see their pictures. And then I thought it was going to be like a tradition that we could do every year. And Valerie was like, fuck that. It is a tradition in my house. And we're going to keep doing it. And I'm just going to pick out everybody's clothes and they better fucking smile. And the girls are in cheerleading now. So she sent me a picture the other day. They got their uniforms. They're like on a competition squad. And they just looked so cute. I wasn't sure what was going on with the poses, but they just look cute in their outfits. I hope they don't pose like that when they take official pictures.
I miss being a cheerleader.
It was a fun time.
So much fun.
I used to like getting dressed up. I used to like going to the football games. I used to like when they had the sausage on a stick. I used to like looking at the boys.
Our little outfits, little short skirts.
And them big ass bows. I hated them bows.
I love those bows. I love the bows.
I wanted to wear my hair down. And now I don't have no hair.
But it looks good. I can't wait till I'm saying I don't have no hair. I'm so scared. Oh my God.
You can try to run your fingers through it and just be like, bloop, I'm back in the air.
Okay, so listen, Kiki, I meant to say this last week and I forgot, so I made a special note so that I remembered because I just realized my birthday came and went and we didn't really talk about it because y'all, we've been moving a lot, doing a lot, traveling a lot. live shows, all the stuff. And so bulk recording. And so sometimes things just get missed. My birthday, one of my birthday gifts came late from my sister. And she was like, when it came, we were leaving to go to New York for the show. And I was like, I didn't even have time to open it. She got me the bread maker that has been going. Have you seen it on Instagram? It's a bread maker machine. And it's literally all you have to do is make sure you have your ingredients right. You put it in there. It does the kneading, whatever. It does all that for you. And it literally bakes a fresh loaf of bread. The aroma in the home, it smells like somebody's granny. It was in the kitchen all day just making you fresh loaves of Aladdin bread. Kiki, I made a loaf of bread. I made a reel. I will post it. And I was like, there's no way that... I was reading some of the comments and people were like, there's no way this is real and it really makes just a whole bread. Not only does it make one type of bread, I made the quick bread because that's all the ingredients I had. You can make French bread. You can make a pizza dough. You can make a cake. You can make jam. You can make yogurt. You can make 14 different types of things.
Yogurt?
You can make yogurt. Huh. And I was like, wow, I won't be making yogurt, but maybe the jam, but the bread. After it was done, the quick bread takes 2 hours and 10 minutes. And I got to just show you the bread. I have been so ecstatic about this whole... Bitch, it's a whole loaf of bread. Like, I was like, this is so cool.
Oh, and so you just put it in the little thing.
You put it in the little thing.
So it has different ones depending on the type of bread you make?
Well,
like different little...
You have the same insert for the whole thing. You have to focus on the ingredients, and then it might come out with a different shape. But, like, that's the inside of it, like making the bread, and then it was kneading it. And then there's like, it was rising. And it was just the coolest thing. We made turkey sandwiches.
That's so simple.
I made French toast with it. It was, I literally loved it. I was like, wow, I can't just be making bread every day, because we went through the whole loaf in 2 days.
Really?
Yeah, because it doesn't make a lot of slices. And so it was just, I loved it. Some of the birthday gifts that I got this year were just so special. And that is literally what I wanted. Because I know I had said that, like, my birthday was just kind of like, I wanted to reflect and just do what I wanted to do. But the things, the way that people showed up and the gifts that I got, especially that bread maker, shout out to my sister. I didn't even know that, like, we had sent each other that in the DMs, and then she got it. I love gifts like that, where it's like, you didn't say you wanted it, but you were like, sending someone a video. You're like, this is so cool. And then I was like, oh my God, I got a bread maker. It was just, it was a lot of fun. I also wanted to make sure that we highlighted, even though this is weeks so far removed, we went on lip service, and it was so much fun. And I felt like we didn't give it the highlight that it deserved, because there was so much movement in both of our lives and us moving around. But it was so dope to sit down with Angela Yee and her co-hosts,
Gigi and Stephanie. Yeah.
And I honestly didn't know who Gigi was or Stephanie was.
Oh, really?
I found out who Stephanie was because when we were there, my boyfriend had come to the recording with us, and he was like, that's Stephanie such and such.
Santiago.
He was like, when I was a kid, like, everybody
was a bad bitch.
Yeah, and she still is. And then Gigi, my girlfriend Jessica, was like,
Magic City Queen.
She's like the Beyonce of strippers. And I was like, I had no idea. So I was like, here we are sitting here talking about wokeness and dating. And I was like, they're probably like, bitch, shut up. We fucking niggas for money. Like, I had a really good time on lip service.
I did too. I think that the ladies were so sweet, and I was excited to do it. I didn't know how it was gonna go, and I told Angela this on the show, is that when I was in college, my friend Nia had told me about lip service, and this is when she was on Sirius and she had gotten her own show. And then it was like the Breakfast Club, that's when Breakfast Club was getting started. But I knew her because she told me at lip service that she actually started just telling regular people's stories, but it was the celebrity stories that would get the clicks. And then she got her own show. But I remember she used to interview people and like have these conversations. And I always find it interesting because Angela doesn't really give her own tea, right? She's very neutral, and she takes a raw journalistic approach. Like, she's not like CNN, but she'll get the business, and she's not really saying too much of anything. She lets everybody else spill their tea, and there's an art to that, and she's got it. But I remember listening to Trey Songz on the show, and that was the episode or the day that I listened, I was like, oh, I like this show. And it made me want to do some sort of sex show. And then later when I was trying to figure out how to start a podcast and what I was going to do, I was like, oh, maybe I could do something similar to lip service because I really like that. But like, I'm not a celebrity. I don't know celebrities. It'll be regular ass people. So it was just cool, like full circle moment to be there with her and to meet everybody. It was just nice.
It was really nice, and it felt so normal. Like even though
they were very sweet,
they were very nice.
Because sometimes you go places and people, they're not, or you don't know what to expect, and then it is like they be having like real celebrities all the time, and sometimes I be wondering like how do people feel when they have people who are doing fine in their lane, but they're not a celebrity, But it was nice. I'm glad that we did it. Being in New York was a lot. Yeah, it was storming. When we got there, it was storming the day of the show. So again, thank y'all to everybody who made it out.
Thank you so much.
I'm probably gonna say it 50 more times because that was a rough day. I got rained on. I almost missed my flight for getting my hair done, only to get rained on and have to do it myself later. What
that
a
is
fucking
actually.
And she was just taking her time. Bless her heart.
Bless her heart.
And I was like, I have to go.
Those service people, So if you work in the service industry, specifically the beauty part, I do think you need to make sure that you are utilizing the time
wisely.
Because it's like, even though people naturally want to talk, if we don't have time to talk, it's okay to tell somebody that. You know what I mean? I feel like sometimes people just get so caught up in the conversation when you have a client that you just been wanting to talk to, or you just are a talker. You have got to make sure you're paying attention to
both.
Time.
Remember when we were in Orlando? We were in Orlando at the end of August. So Megan James, she was doing a live podcast, and we hosted that with her out there. And we went and got our makeup done for the day of the show. That lady just really took her time. Then she told Medinah, I just really like taking my time. I did not think it was going to take like an hour and 40 minutes to get my makeup done.
And you need to tell people that it's like, y'all got 55,000 things on your policy list. And it's like, if you know that you're someone, there are people who are quick when they do makeup. Barkia, she's my favorite. Barkia and Misha.
It's going to be like 40 minutes or less.
And she puts that, it's going to take 40 minutes. And normally it takes like 30 minutes and you still look beat. Yeah. And it's like she's quick with it, and she can talk and work. She's not. She some people can only do one or the other. If you know you can't do both, you need to shut the fuck up and just finish doing the makeup. Because while I'm enjoying this conversation, I came here to get my makeup done.
Or maybe I'm not enjoying the conversation. Stop asking to get to know me.
Yeah.
What do you need to know about me? You need to know that, bitch, you got me running late, and I want my face beat. I don't want to make a friend right now, and I don't like this.
Yeah, and if, like I was saying, if you're gonna take an hour and 45 minutes to do someone's face, you need to put that in the notes.
You should just put 2 hours.
You should put 2 hours.
Because she did have a long time on there, and I had asked her, like, does it really take this long? She said, no, you're a fucking lie.
I mean,
and it didn't say 145.
And I'm also not even, I shouldn't have to preface this. I'm not, because I'm working on this. I'm just going to say what I feel. She posted a picture of me on her page, and it was AI generated. She edited the photo so much that it's like, this is another thing for all you makeup artists.
Stop doing that.
Stop doing that, because it's just not fair. Now, the photo is beautiful. I will post it. Maybe I'll post it on Patreon, because I don't want to hate on her. But like, when I saw the picture, I was like, I looked like Kim Kardashian, and you just put some chocolate on her. But that's not how I will put the photos
makeup didn't look like that
next to each other. That's not what you would actually get if you booked it.
It's just like the day before, Megan had got her makeup done by her, and I saw her in real life, but I had seen the picture that the girl had posted because I started following her, and I was nervous because I was like, Megan looked great, but this is not what Megan looked like, the picture right there. So it's like, it's one thing if you a person and you want to post your AI photo, that's your business, but you, ma'am, are using your Instagram to promote a service, and you're putting it out there as if this is how you can make me look, and you can't. I mean, you can do it on an app, but bitch, I got to do shit in real life.
Right. And you got me all excited, and I can't stand when I see the mirror, and when they give you the mirror and they're like, oh yeah, you look cute, and then you get the mirror and you're like,
I'd be like, all right, how much I owe?
Yeah, because I don't even know what to say, because the world is crazy. I don't know if I tell you that this looks not what you are promoting. I won't say horrible, but it's not what you're promoting. Now we in here fighting because bitches is crazy.
Right, because I really
and you gonna tell people
myself.
I was rude to you. When no, it was like, this is not what you posted.
At all. You had me looking ashy. I still got to go home and darken my eyebrows. My hair is black. Why are my eyebrows light brown?
Is that a trend right now? I don't understand.
I think it is a trend, but I'm an old bitch. I want old school makeup. If you can't do no old school makeup, like it's 2017, put that in your bio, because I don't want no ghost eyebrows. Remember that girl in Chicago that did our makeup? Ooh.
We were so sad, and she in the corner eating our paid
Yeah,
for
she was
food.
still ordering food and stuff. She was nice, but it was like...
You need to feel shame when you can tell someone doesn't like their makeup. And you could tell we didn't like it. I looked like a modern day Harriet Tubman. And it is no shade towards Harriet, because thank you for leading our brothers and sisters to safety.
And it wasn't because of her costume.
Or my buckled heels.
Oh, I forgot about
There was just a lot. Like, it's like, I don't think makeup artists understand. Specifically, I'm speaking to makeup artists. You have the power to make or break the rest of someone's day.
Especially when it's an event. Like, I don't get my makeup done to go to Kroger.
And I also didn't, again, y'all need to match these prices with your talent skill.
Okay, talent and time.
And
products.
Charging $125, and you're taking an hour and 45 minutes, and then I don't love my makeup. I might like it.
She was $150.
Yeah, I might not. I like it, but I don't love it. The price and the reaction ain't matching, baby.
Now, how do you feel when you see somebody who's charging like $150, $175, $185, and you get there and they got drugstore makeup?
I mean, honestly, I look at it like, what's the finished product? Because I have beat my face before with some cheap ass makeup, and everyone's like,
you weren't paying high ass prices.
If I like the outcome, I honestly am okay with it. Now, if I don't like it, now that I think, I don't really look at the products.
I look at the products. I want to see what you're using, because I be trying to understand, when you take over an hour and 15 minutes to do makeup, I am thinking that your high-ass price is not because of the time and your skill level. It's because of the products that you choose to use. When you pulling out, what is it called? Mylanta, that Milk and Magnesia shit for primer, and then you have Maybelline foundation. Like, nothing is wrong. Well, don't put Maalox on my face, but nothing is wrong with the Maybelline foundation. But when you take 2 hours, why are you charging such a high price? Is this because rent is due? Like, you're offering a service, and I feel like your price should be reflective of your skill and the products that you use. We got people here who are recording us right now. They charge an hourly rate. Now, if they had us come in here and I saw a bunch of iPhone 7s in here, I'm going to have some fucking questions. But that's not what's going on. It's lights all up in here. It's 4K cameras and shit. They in another room. Like, they done made their own control room in here. They got said they're professionals. So it's like, okay, I get the fee. The fee is good because y'all doing what you do. What the fuck? Maybe I should start doing makeup, and I'm just going to pull the products that I got and be like, well, I'm just going to pick something up. And it might take me 3 hours to do your face, but it's going to be $210, and I want a tip.
If you want to look like me, that's all I can do. I can give you
my generic. I got 3 looks.
I got 1 look, bitch. And every now and again, I'll add a little dust under the eye. That's it. But yeah, you makeup artists out here, the ones that I rock with that are amazing and I'm never upset, that is a talent. That is a God-given talent, because there are people out here doing makeup, and I have booked them before, and you leave sad, and for some reason,
and then I'm mad, and it's like, I really want to wash my face.
Yeah, it's like,
I want to dispute the charge, but this bitch only took cash or Zelle.
Or she gonna make a post about us and say that we were somehow in the wrong, and it's like, no, bitch, I don't like the makeup. It was bad, but I'm just not the type of person to tell you to your face, because I don't know what that's going to look like after. We going to fight, or can I just...
I just be like, okay, do you like it?
Yeah. When someone gives you... The responses that you should be looking for when someone really likes their makeup, when they look in that mirror and then they're like, can I take a picture real quick? Or they
FaceTiming everybody. I'm declining face calls.
They're smiling. If somebody takes your mirror, and this is to... Y'all can learn from this. If they take the mirror and they're just like, how much do I owe?
They don't like it.
They don't like it. They don't like it. And no one wants to hurt anybody's feelings. And we can't do anything about it, because I also can't sit here for another 3.5 hours.
Right. I got shit to do. Now I got to figure out if I should just go home and fix it, or do I have to go buy more shit at Sephora and try and fix it in the car to go wherever I'm going. Anyway, I guess we can move on to weird sex and talk about some other things.
You said a man is not a necessity, a man is a luxury.
Like dessert. Yeah. Man is absolutely not necessity.
Did you mean that to sound mean and bitter?
Oh, not at all. I adore dessert. I love men. I think men are the coolest. But you don't really need them to live.
All right, you guys. So this week's weird sex story is about some of the horniest animals in the jungle. Well, really under the sea. Who do you think would be like some of the horniest animals in the ocean?
Dolphins.
Why do you say that? You were very ready. You must know something.
Because you know they say dolphins be trying to like rape humans and they gang bang their own species.
They gang
They
bang?
gang bang them.
I'm gonna add
It's
this
called
to my
like
notes.
Google
Let me
dolphin
look.
rape.
Okay,
So many things are gonna come up. So I'm gonna say dolphins.
Okay, well, I don't know how we would. This is my opinion. This is not a fact, but another sea creature, manatees, and I'm gonna tell you why. Manatees are like.
I love manatees.
Why? They're
Well,
ugly.
I went to a sanctuary. They're
And
like,
what happened?
they're just so precious and sweet. I've swam with manatees. When I lived in Florida, at first I was scared. Thought it was some sort of sea creature, and it was just a manatee.
It
and
is a sea creature.
Well, I thought it was like a monster, and I was like, they can't even do anything. They don't have teeth.
Well, you know what they do have? Manatee dicks. And they are like pansexual sea creatures because they don't care who it is. They get horny and they will fuck whoever. I don't care if it's the mama, the sister, or the brother. So this particular manatee died because his brother fucked him in the ass, in his rectum. Tore his rectum like 14 centimeters, which I don't really know how much that is, but the damn thing died down in Florida. And they said that manatees get really horny sometimes and they just want to have sex, and like they will be very aggressive in their mating, but you're not mating because these is two boys. But yeah, they will. It can be
how
incestuous.
he even held him there. They're like potatoes.
I don't know. I did not see a video, and I was scared to Google it because I didn't know if that would be a crime. Because like, what the fuck? But they were fucking, and his brother tore his booty hole up. And then it just made me curious about like the anatomy of a manatee. Like, where is the rectum part? And then what is a manatee dick like? Like how does it poke out? Does it come out like a lion or something? Or is it just always hanging like a shark? Like, what is it like? I have so many questions. I'm going to do some more research, but I've got to figure out how to Google it without flagging the FBI, because I don't want them to think I'm into that sort of thing, but I would just like to know.
I don't want to know. To let me know, because when I did go to the manatee sanctuary,
Were they
didn't
fucking?
No, and it was
They
a
didn't
bunch
talk
of them
about
in
it.
different areas, but they didn't even like mention manatees being horny.
Maybe you have to go to Manatees After Dark, and then they talk about the sex, and you might see them fucking. I wonder if they like to have sex at nighttime like humans do, or is it just like whenever?
Or is it always nighttime under the sea?
I didn't think about that. I guess so. I don't know. Little Mermaid, where you at? Let us know.
Well, speaking of animals, I have an animal story.
You was fucking an animal?
No, bitch.
Okay, I just
No.
had to check. Okay.
So, when I was in the jungle, the initial room that I got was a tent.
Wait. Y'all, like,
I'm gonna show you a video because it was very cute when we first were walking. Like, you know when you
it's like when people are like, oh, we should glamp. And it's like, if it's not a lodge, what the fuck are we talking about?
yeah, and so like I wasn't sure like what the room situation was gonna be like, and we always try to make it fair for like staff, so like nobody gets like the upper hand. We're just kind of like, we're just gonna let them pick the rooms for us. And so when they led me to the tent that I was gonna be staying in the middle of the jungle, we got there and I was like, oh my gosh, it was very cute. The shower was outside, the toilet was outside, the whole bathroom area was outside. So you walk in through the tent and it looks
What
like a
if it
tent
rains?
outside. There's a little like, it's
Cover.
a tent, but it's not like a tent. It's like the outside looks like a tent, but there's still
I mean, for the
a
bathroom
structure
part.
over the bathroom. So if it
Okay.
rains, it wouldn't just be rain falling on you because there's like these wood things.
Kind of
that-
like a gazebo-ish type of thing.
yeah, but you
Okay.
are still very much outside. So if you walk from out of the shower and to go inside, you'll probably get some raindrops on you. And so I was like, oh my gosh, this is so cute. Like, I'm so excited. Like, me and Babe were like, this is cute. Like, this is amazing. So we noticed that there was like a little hole in the tent. It was like just a little slit. And didn't think anything of it because I was like, we're in paradise. I'm not even thinking about this. Like, let's hurry up and just change. Let's go to the beach. Let's go get some spicy margaritas. Let's get some tacos. Let's get quesadillas. We'll be doing some salsa, guacamole. So Yeah. Took a mental note of the little hole, but didn't say anything to the establishment. So we got there later in the evening. We went to dinner. We went back. We were having fun, talking. We ended up going to sleep. We're really tired. Now, we both sleep with eye masks on. And he's knocked out. He is knocked out. I heard something. Something woke me up. I don't know what it was. And I was like, what woke me up? Because I don't remember hearing anything. I just remember waking up because of something, but I don't know why. So I woke up and I was like, I take the mask off. And I was like, we in the gym. I got to take this shit off. And I was like, baby, did you hear something? And he was like, no, I didn't. I don't even think he said anything, actually. So then I lay back down. I'm like trying to go back to sleep. I sleep light. So a lot can wake me up. And we're in the jungle, so there's a lot of noises. So then I hear something else, like a little like,
oh, hell no.
and it was loud like that.
Last time I heard that, a mouse was eating my care package of ramen noodles that my mama sent me in college.
Shout out to all the HBCUs. So then I'm like, no, I heard something. I was like, baby, I hear something and it's in here.
Like, you gotta get it.
You gotta get it. This nigga still got his mask on. He's like,
take that shit off.
It's like 4 a.m. He's like, no, that's probably just the garbage people.
The garbage people.
Coming around picking stuff up. And I was like, doing what women do, listening to niggas when we don't need to be. And I was like, my soul, my inner Medinah was like, bitch, you probably need to get up because that wasn't the garbage people. I hear something go like this. I said, get the fuck up. I was like, there is something in here. I said, there's something. I hear it.
Was it a jaguar?
Bitch. And they said that there are jaguars. And so I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, no, something's eating. So that he's still not believing me. So then I reach over, I get my phone. I'm like, my heart is beating because whatever's in here, I can't fight it. I know I can't, even if it's little. I'm scared.
And it might have rabies.
And he might not be scared of us. So I turn on the flashlight. Bitch, it's a big old raccoon. I'm talking about big. The raccoon was probably about the size of this lamp. He was well fed. He's been watching the humans and coming in and doing what he wanted to do. They should have said, don't leave food in the room because I had ordered the steak sandwich for dinner. I brought half of the steak sandwich back. Kiera, when I tell you he had the little sandwich in his hands, he had a fry in one hand, the sandwich in one. He was dipping the fry in the sauce. It's like Miko from Pocahontas. Yeah, I was like, what the?
Well, he was eating them biscuits.
He dipped the papas fritas into the sauce.
He had that. He was like, oh, hell yeah, they got this shit I like.
I said, what the? He was so big. And so I shine the light on him. And
he eating potatoes every day.
The raccoon looks me in my eyes. He starts trotting over. I elbow my boyfriend in his head. You better.
I thought you were about to say elbow the raccoon because I think they like to tussle.
They do like to tussle. And that's why I was scared. And I didn't want him to be like, I'm going to come fight y'all. You got it. Take what you need, bro. He comes across, he's in the suitcase, he's running towards the bed. I'm like, wake up. Babe gets up, he's like, oh shit, we butt naked. We both in the middle of the bed. My titties is slanging, dick is sloshing. He's like, you call the friend. I was like, you gotta reach for the phone because the phone was by.
Call the friend?
I was so mad.
All you can do is scream, hootie hoo. I hope somebody hear me.
We're in here screaming. I finally reach up because I was scared to reach over to get the phone because it was near where the raccoon was. And I didn't know if he was under the bed.
Fingers.
And they got real hands. I call the front desk. I'm like, papi, y'all got to send somebody down here. Necesito ahora now. It's a raccoon up in here and you gotta come. They're like, we're coming. So the people come down there. The raccoon has scurried back out the hole. I was like, the hole was already here. So we should have said something, but we were so bedazzled and happy with paradise that we were like, we're fine. This is a sturdy tent. And they were like, well, was there food in the room? I was like, yes, but we didn't know that this would happen. So they're like, well, you could change rooms or you could stay here and we'll patch up the hole. So I'm like, should we change rooms? I was like, if you patch up the hole, will he come back? They're like, no, he won't. So they patch up the hole from the outside. They're like, when the maintenance man gets here in the morning, we'll patch it up from the inside. So I'm like, okay, babe, are you cool with that? He's like, I'm cool with that. We shouldn't have been cool with that. The next day comes, we ain't even sleep.
Because how they know he ain't coming back?
Raccoons are a different type of animal. Because we're sitting there. We weren't even asleep this time. We're sitting in the tent. We're talking. I think we had just eaten a Via Hemp, the High on Love, because we was about to get it popping. Mm-hmm. The raccoon punches through the patch.
He said, who to play with y'all?
The raccoon said, what is we eating tonight? Because I'm back and I'm ready and I'm better and I'm stronger and I brought my homeboys. Kiera, the raccoon punches through the patch, pulls it back with his hands and puts his head in.
Like, what's for dinner?
When I tell you I was like, no. I called the hotel people. I said, let me tell you something. We're moving rooms. I can't do this anymore. I cannot, because now I got PTSD. I wasn't able to sleep. We put weapons by the bed. Weapons meaning umbrellas so that we could smack so we could smack them and tussle. So they move us to a different tent that same night. They're like, the management isn't here, so we can't upgrade you into a different room yet. So they put us in a different tent. They're like, the raccoons don't come over here. So just in case, we make a little like barricade with our luggage just in case he starts trying to get in. We can hear
knock it over.
Yeah. Bitch, we outside in the shower. We hear the luggage fall over. The raccoon has put... I was like, what is why are they only following us? Then I hear the neighbor scream. It's like, what the fuck? He took the birthday cake. I look outside. The raccoon is trudging with when I called them, I said, no, we got to move. They ended up putting us in a new room, raccoon free. It was craziness. I was like, I didn't know raccoons were this. Have the tenacity as a raccoon. Get what the fuck you want.
Well, raccoons be stealing, so I don't know if that's the best advice, but yeah, raccoons are vicious little animals.
They were vicious, and he was so confident
hungry.
and hungry. Anyways, I just had to share.
Maybe I would be a raccoon if I was, well, I don't know. Maybe I'd be something lazier, because they really got to go out and hunt and gather.
Maybe a manatee.
So I can get fucked in the butt. No, I think I would prefer to be a queen bee, and then all the worker bees can just come back. Or like, what about who's in charge of the ants? Do they have a queen or a king?
They have a queen. They bring every time you see those ants out there working.
Do all the insects have queens?
All I know is a bee does and an ant. I don't know about the rest.
And ants are fucking strong. I could have a legion of niggas just doing stuff for me. Go and get me that popcorn. And it's gonna take 50 of y'all to bring me a piece of popcorn, and I'm just gonna sit there and eat it up.
Yeah, but I do wonder what happens when the queen dies. Does her daughter get the throne, or do they just...
Somebody else, but they go wild. I was watching this movie. Well, it's a miniseries on Prime Video, and it's like something about flowers. Not flowers in the attic. There's no incest here. Well, actually, there was incest. Anyway, different movie, but based in Australia. And somebody has a wildflower farm, and on that wildflower farm, they also have honeybees. And something happens, I forget the story, but something happened where the queen died. So then the bees are just lost until a new queen comes, and some kind of way they do something and they select the new queen. But I don't think it's necessarily the daughter. But then it's like, what happens to the little baby girl bees? Do they have to go off and build their own village?
That's what I wonder. Do they stay there until the queen dies, and then they're just like... And then are there any attitudes? Like, is she like, mama,
I don't want to do this. Like, do they get to sit on the throne like the British royal family and everybody's just chilling?
Yeah.
And doing fake charity work?
Or you gotta go out there and work and bring shit back to me too, little bitch.
I wonder. And then, like, does the queen have a favorite nigga?
Does she have a nigga?
Well, somebody's making new bees.
Oh, you are right.
And how does that part work? So many questions. I need to take science over.
Bees are very precious. I saw this Instagram. Precious. Like the way that bees cuddle. And it is the cutest thing. Google it. Google it. Bees cuddle with each other. And it's the cutest thing. I really do love bees.
I love honey. And I love getting the honeycomb. I saw a little TikTok video of this little girl. Have you seen the honeycomb at the grocery store and looked at the price tag on it?
It's expensive.
Very. The little girl wanted that honeycomb so bad, as she was yelling at her parents, like, y'all need to figure out how to get $27.99 because I want this. And she had a tantrum, and I'm like, I be feeling that way sometimes too, but I don't have a mama to ask to buy my honeycomb. I just have to buy it myself. Why is honeycomb so high?
Because I'm about to lie.
I thought you had a good explanation. I was going to roll with it. I mean, I guess it's like because it is risky.
It is, but a bee farm, I will say, like, is a part of my rich life. Like,
and you can't fake the honeycomb. Like, you can do all the stuff to have the cheap honey.
Yeah.
And then you got like the good honey, the wild honey, and then you got like the Manuka honey. Why the fuck is that shit the same price as gold? That's what I want to know. Have you seen that in the stores? It's high, like $50.
I'm also not buying honeycomb jars.
Why not?
I know it will go to waste.
Oh, I like to, if I have people coming over, I like to have it because I think it looks so cute on the charcuterie.
That is
I have
cute.
some in the refrigerator, and it lasts a long time, so if you ever do, I just think it looks so cute, but I've stopped doing that too. I'm not buying no more cute shit because when I come to other people's house, they have paper plates and Lunchables.
Yeah. Yeah, and
so
the charcuterie board from Publix, it wasn't even no thought put into this.
Yeah.
And why is it always all pepperoni and pork slices? Can we add turkey, chicken? I mean, is that a rule for charcuterie boards? Why is it all pork?
A lot of the meats are pork, especially if you're not putting any effort to like go and get some meats.
I ate some pork in New York, and it was so
What'd
delicious.
you eat? A Cuban sandwich?
It was a Cuban sandwich. And I said, "Can y'all take the ham off?" And then he was like, "No." And I was like, "You know what?
How did you feel?"
It was so delicious. It was so delicious. And if you guys are new to the show, I didn't grow up eating pork at all. It wasn't like someone was like, "Here, just try pork." I had never tried pork until recently, and it's good.
We know.
Yeah.
Next up, I still got to get you a rib.
I can't wait. And I've been
But
waiting.
you can't just get a rib from anywhere.
That's why I haven't
it's a
tried
good
it on my own,
rib.
because I don't want to eat it, and then I'm like, ugh.
My grandma came out. I barbecued some ribs. I bought myself another sous vide. Thank y'all to everybody came to the New York show. That was my gift to myself. I was like, I want a second sous vide thing so I can have two things going at once. Why do I want to just buy kitchen gadgets? I don't know.
Because you can. It makes you happy.
It does. And now I'm thinking about a bread maker, even though I've been trying to cut back on
I'm
bread.
going to bring you a loaf of bread one day.
Now that I will eat.
You going to love it. When I was in Tulum, I hosted a welcome dinner for Paradise and Vibe. And one of the menus, one of the items on it was like a family style dinner. So they brought different big, huge trays out. And one of the last entree trays that they brought out was a pork butt. They don't even have like a cute name to call pork. It was just pork butt.
Yeah.
I wanted to eat it so bad, but I was like, we got to come up with another name.
You know the ham
butt was on the menu.
ham is really the butt.
It makes sense. It's big and meaty and sweaty. I didn't eat no pork butt because I just couldn't bring myself to it, but it looked delicious.
Pork butt is good.
Ooh, do you know how to make pork butt?
So like carnitas, you would use a pork butt. You get a pork butt, and it's like a roast, but
a big old rotund butt.
Yeah, it's just so tender and good. Ooh, now I want to make carnitas.
Human butt would taste like. If you
I done ate a few human butts. Hey, let me tell you, it's not hitting like the carnitas is.
That is wild. We is out here eating pork butt. I'm gonna graduate to pork butt one day.
I don't think it's the best, but it is pretty good. Bacon is probably the best thing.
I haven't
on the pig.
tried bacon yet. Now I'm nervous because everybody says that.
Yeah, then you're gonna be committed after that. Ribs are really good, but you can have bad ribs where it's like, what's the fuss? I could just talk about food all day. I won't do it today. But I did cook that, and my cousin likes to bake. So I was asking him, I was like, I'm not really into baking. I do like baked goods, but like the thing about baking that I realized over this past week that I don't like is when trying a new recipe, you do all of this work and you don't really know how you want to adjust until it's finished. When you're cooking, you can taste along the way to see how it's going. But when you baking, you got to commit, and you have to be very precise, and you cannot drink a bottle of wine while you do it because you might fuck up.
Yeah. If it says 1 teaspoon and you put 1.5, you could fuck something all the way up.
Yeah, and it's a lot more science in that. Like, he messed up and had to start over. And he said that when he was using my measuring spoons, he thought the tablespoon was a teaspoon. So when he was supposed to put like a teaspoon of this, teaspoon of that, he put a tablespoon. And that's like 3 times as much. So he had to dump it and start all over. And he made this almond cake for me. I don't think he took a picture. I didn't. But it was really good. He didn't like it though, but I liked it. I ate some this morning. It goes well with coffee. Like, it's not a super sweet cake, which I like. Kind of like a little coffee cake.
Listen, I can't wait to you can bake a cake in the bread maker.
Really?
You can bake a cake in the bread maker.
You could probably make a mean pound cake in there.
I'm going to make, and you can do, it has a nut dispenser. So let's say you want to make banana nut bread. You would put however you put I would have to read the recipe, but you put the nuts in the nut dispenser and you turn it on before you start baking everything. And at the right moment, whenever it's supposed to be released, the machine releases it in there. Isn't that crazy? I love banana nut bread, so I can't wait to just like try. You don't like banana nut bread? Do you like pumpkin bread? Do you like pumpkin spice? Are you into the pumpkin stuff?
I like pumpkin spice in like coffee, but I'm sweet potato pie, not pumpkin pie. And banana. I don't like. I like a fresh banana, but I don't like banana flavored stuff.
Wow.
I could just really do without it. I don't think it's like disgusting, but I never pick it. Gianna loves it. Every time we go to Starbucks, I want the banana nut loaf.
I love banana
My
bread.
grandma too.
My dad makes the best.
Everybody loves it. Banana
nut
pudding,
bread.
banana nut bread, banana this,
When
banana
we were
Foster.
in New York, I went to Magnolia Bakery. It's a very famous bakery. It was in Sex and the City. It's just very famous. And I don't even like banana pudding. I hate it, actually. When I went to Magnolia Bakery and tried the banana pudding, bitch, it was so good. I mean, it was like orgasmic good.
Really?
It was good. And I don't like banana pudding. I don't like
So
pudding.
is their banana pudding like actually banana flavored with bananas in it, or is it vanilla flavor with bananas in it? Because I've had it both.
Because you have the vanilla flavor, but you also have chunks of actual bananas in it.
So it's a vanilla pudding with the bananas in it. That's the kind I prefer. Because like some people make banana pudding and it's vanilla pudding with the bananas in it. That I can handle.
Mm-hmm.
But that fake ass banana flavor coupled with the pieces of banana,
They have little chunks of like bread in it. Like it is good. It's like, or maybe is it a cookie? It's something.
It's probably cookie of some sort.
Okay, it's good. I was like, oh, I love this. Love it.
A lot of textures going on.
You already did weird sex. You did the manatees.
The manatees, they were fucking. The brothers were fucking, and he killed his brother because he was so fucking horny. Like, what kind of brother is that?
What? There was something that I wanted to bring up that I meant to bring up last week again, and I forgot, and it just dawned on me. So, I was talking to a young lady. I talked about her last week. Her name was Divine Soul, and she was talking about like the sacredness of our wombs and like how that's like the most important part on a woman's body, and just like how sex should be intentional. It doesn't mean you have to be in love or in a relationship, but there are just like ways that you can make sex intentional and it will just heighten your experience. And I was really tapped in, tuned in, and turned on because it was just a different way to talk about sex, and it was beautiful, and it was like, wow, I really want to try this. And there was a level of vulnerability to it to where like it's like you can't even try this with everybody because it's just a vulnerable thing to be intentional about your sex. We're not just getting drunk and fucking, or we're not, even if you're not drunk, it's not just like I scooted my booty up on you and now we fucking. It's like she talked about praying over the dick, which I'll get to next, but it was just a very beautiful conversation.
So what was she saying about being intentional? Like, it's like a thought thing or something that you need to discuss with the person you're having sex with?
Both. Like, she was like, and it doesn't, sometimes when we talk about things like this, it sounds like it would take the romance out of it or the nastiness out of it or just suck whatever you think sex is out of the entertaining part of it. When it really was like, no, this is actually really beautiful. Like, you set intentions for your life. You set intentions for your goals. You set intentions for like a lot of things. And she was like, you should have like a sacred area where that's where sex happens. Again, it doesn't have to be relationship sex. If there are certain smells you like to smell during sex, get an incense or a candle that's that scent and light it. Talk about what your intentions are when we both are going to have this experience. And she took it deep to where like if we're trying to have a baby, and then she took it on a smaller scale where it's like, I want you to have a mind-blowing orgasm that curls your toes and literally changes your life, and you're going to be thinking about me for the rest of the summer. Like, telling each other those things and how it makes you go into it in a totally different mind frame of like, we're not really going to be getting these advice emails about like, I'm not coming. Well, let's talk about it. And like that level of sensuality through voice can do so much more because there's so many unsaid things. But anyways, another thing that she was saying was like how when you have sex with people, that whole thing about you take a piece of the person with you. I'm getting to the point, I promise y'all. And I was thinking about it and I was like, wow, because I was in like a euphoric state. Like I didn't even take the high love edible. I was just, the meditations that we were doing, it had me high. And so I had a dream after that workshop and her talking about taking a piece of someone with you every time you have sex with them. And so I thought about all the pieces of the niggas that might be inside of me. And you think about it? And then I thought about getting pregnant. And I said, it was weird. This was a dream. I'm saying thought, but it was like a thought within my dream. And so I was like, you know how when people are pregnant and the babies are like moving and they're like, wow, this baby's like really active. Bitch, the dream ended up being like the pieces of the niggas was like, you don't get to see who's in there and what they saying, but your baby does. Because they talked a lot about like your womb is sacred and you should really protect it. And, you know, there have been times when I haven't. And so I was like, imagining like me having a baby inside my belly, and I'm like, he's so active, he's really punching and kicking and flipping in there, and really it's like little pieces of niggas' souls that I fucked harassing my baby, like cussing that nigga out.
Cussing him out?
Kicking him in his chin, like just roughing the little baby up in my belly. And that's why babies are active in wombs, because all the niggas you fucked is pieces of them and they're haunting the child.
That's an interesting view on it. I never thought about it like that. But maybe that's why, like, some niggas be so angry because they've been fighting all their life.
All their whole life, they've been
even
fighting
got
in
out.
the womb. It's like, then the pieces of them niggas is jumping your child, essentially.
And it's like, you raising a fighter or you got somebody weak. And that's why his head shaped funny.
It was such a real, I was
You
like,
might be onto something.
I mean, weird, because I was like, man, we don't know what's going on there. We don't know what they hear, what they see. Like, and if there really is little ghosts in that dark womb.
Just
and
a little leftover sperm.
and it's like, nigga, that's why I fucked your mama and left her and she was crying all night. I'm not even your daddy.
Then it's like, well, where my daddy's sperm at? Y'all not gonna fight back? My lips ain't even formed yet. I don't even have eyes. These niggas just sucker punching me.
I don't even have nails
As soon as I'm starting to be able to hear something, I thought I was gonna hear my mama's heartbeat. That's what they told me in the baby factory when I was coming down.
And really, it's like, you little bitch ass nigga.
And it's like, God damn, hold up. How I'm catching strays? I just got here. I'm new here.
I don't even know what's going on. It's like the echoes of the ghost of the nigga's sperm that's living inside
Tell your mama to
womb.
call me. Tell your mama I miss this pussy. And it's like, damn, what the fuck is a pussy?
Yeah.
I just got, where am I? Then it's like, well, I thought this was my home.
And that baby is just in there swinging, fighting for his life.
Like, shut the fuck up. Sounds like the Boys and Girls Club. I don't like it. I don't like it. Woo!
Yeah, I really was like, wow, and it made me think, like, they had this whole debate while we were there in Tulum about, like, can women really just have sex without any type of emotions attached? And we talked about this recently on the show, and this was before I had left for the retreat, and they had everybody blindly go up there and anonymously vote. Is it fact or fable? Can you do this? And, like, by the end of the workshop, everybody was really looking at it like, can you do it? Yes. Is it the smartest decision? In my opinion, probably not, because, again, like one of the men had pointed out in the tent, he was like, you guys are saying that you don't have emotions, but you might not have the emotion in the moment, but then when you get in your 30s or maybe your 40s or whatever, a lot of the conversation is around the types of relationships you've had. And did you really not have emotions, or were you trying to submerge the emotions so that you didn't get hurt? And if that's the feeling, I'm not sure that equates as you not having an emotion, because you have an emotion.
Yeah, I think that hiding your emotions or putting them away is different than not having them.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I really thought about, like, wow, if protecting me thinking of protecting my womb, I'm thinking about the niggas that are floating around and gonna harass my baby. Like, wow, I'm looking at it differently. But I did have a lot of fun, unintentional sex, just to throw that out there.
Yeah, I've literally never thought about that. That's a wild situation.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody remembers what it's like if you could time travel back to your mama's womb. If you could time travel back to the beginning, would you do it? The beginning of your life, like conception. Would you, if you, I don't know, you walk into the woods on one of your journeys, walking your dog, and you meet a fairy, and the fairy is like, you can start your life over. But when you start over, you'll know everything you know now, and you'll have the power to change it, but everything, you will remember everything.
I'll remember everything?
You'll remember everything. Sometimes I like not remembering certain things.
I know what you mean. I think I would take the fairy up on the offer.
And do you know the first decision that you would like to make different? You don't have to say what it is, but do you know what the first thing is that you would want to do different in your life?
Oh, I do. And I'm going to say it. I would finish school. That would be that. I think that would be, there's a lot of other things I would change, but that's the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
Do you know? Well, would you take her up on the offer, or would you just keep it the same?
I would take her up on the offer. I don't know where I would start with wanting to do things different, but I think I would enjoy being able to remember everything, because sometimes it's like learning from mistakes or learning from different situations. If you don't remember the situation, you might repeat the same mistake, and I forget a lot of stuff. So if I would remember everything, I'm curious to know like how my life would go, remembering every little thing, like remembering what it was like to be in the womb and having that knowledge, then coming out and remembering everything as a baby. I remember a lot more than I think most people do. Like every time I talk about memories from being like a little kid, like when Mallory's a baby, we're 2.5 years apart. So she's a baby that's not walking and talking. I'm like 2.5, 3 years old. And I do have a few memories there, but I wonder if I could remember everything, what my life would be like and what I would think about the people in it.
Oh, because then you get to re-meet them all again. You're like, bitch, I already know what you're about to do. Or you're like, you don't even know how great of a friendship we're about to have.
Or like that too, but even like your parents and like and other people around. You know how people like when it's a baby around, how freely they speak and they say things because it's a baby. The baby's not gonna remember, but you do remember. So it's like you remember when your auntie was talking shit about your mama when you turn 20, and you remember, and something
that's a show. That's a whole. We giving y'all
that's like a
material.
sci-fi book. If you're a writer, write that shit, because I ain't gonna do it. Please, I would love to hear people's thoughts on that. And y'all leave a comment and let us know if you could start your life over and you remember everything from the moment you're conceived up until now, whatever age you are. What is the first, not the first thing that comes to mind, but the first part of your life that you can think of now that you would want to change and make a different decision?
I can't wait to hear these
I
answers.
don't know what it is.
And on that note, we are going to move on to Indecisive Diane. And when we come back, we have some advice letters to read. Well, one advice letter to read.
Would you stop thinking about what everyone wants? Stop thinking about what I want, what he wants, what your parents want. What do you want? What do you want?
It's not that simple.
What do you want? What do you want?
All right, ladies and gents, listen up. December 9th through December 14th. The ladies, Kiki and Medinah Monroe, will be taking over Negril, Jamaica. Hedonism! So you wanted to have a threesome? You wanted to go to a play party? You wanted to do it all in Jamaica? You want to play Stella Got a Groove back? Join us now. Go to theworstbehaviortour.com and book your stay now. Get your rocks off before Christmas. Bye.
Okay. All right, you guys. So it's time for the advice. If you have a question you want to ask us on the show, make sure you email us advice@cocktailspod.com. This is urgent advice. Like, girl, I don't know when you wrote this. Okay, do I stick around whilst he gets the degree? No. Okay. Hey, ladies. I hope you're well. Love you both real bad. Been a listener for a few good years now. I've written in for advice before. You guys helped me with that situation, so I'm hoping you can once again. This will be long, so please, you've been warned. Aw, shit. Okay. So I'm dating a new guy after ending things with my ex, who was already my ex, as per your advice. We met in June and have talked, been on dates, got to know each other really well. It was his birthday, end of September. He got a hotel in London, and we spent the weekend together, which was a moment. First time I had sex in almost a year, and what a way to break my celibacy. I shall be writing in a cocktail with details soon, because he dealt with me so good. The dick is perfect. He is perfect. The vibes all weekend were genuinely perfect, and I can tell that he fucks with me. Okay, so the issue. He is in his final year of doing his master's in law. Oh, never mind, baby. I thought this was an undergrad degree, but hold on, Savannah. Okay. He's getting his master's in law. He started his classes beginning in October. He also works on the side. He told me that he was going to quit his job so he can focus on university, which makes sense for him. But hello, what does that mean for us? That means, baby, you better be making him some snacks. Okay, we don't live in the same city, so whenever I see him in his hotel / Airbnb, and if he hasn't got a job, you see what I'm saying? And for date night, will it be me passing my card to him under the table until he gets a new job / graduates? Last time I checked, I do not have a cock in my pants, so why the fuck am I paying for shit like hotels and dates? Like, I know money isn't everything, but in dating, especially dating long distance, it defo is. This is some British shit right here. And I'm not opposed to paying for stuff. I do pay for things when he will let me, but now I have to hold us down whilst we are dating, not in a relationship, but dating. She put that in all caps. For the next coming months, he made it clear he does not expect me to hold it down and pay for things. Like, he'd prefer me not to, but if he can't do it and I don't do it, we don't see each other. Things fizzle, and I lose a man that I actually really care about and want to be with. Of course, he will receive bursaries from school. That must be like a refund check. And money from his mom, but that doesn't give us the freedom to date properly and date how we have been dating and date the way I'm used to dating, and we just won't see each other as often. Like, so far it's been lovely dinners and beautiful hotels and big beautiful flower bouquets, proper days planned with an itinerary, fun activity dates, romantic dinner dates, and he's paid for everything, even down to paying for my outfits for date nights, makeup and nails too. And this isn't new to me. This is what I'm used to. And this isn't new for him because, like I said, he has a very good job and gets paid very well. And he told me when he really likes someone, he is so ready to do the most, which is what he's been doing. And I've appreciated every part of it because I can tell he is genuinely doing all these things because he cares for real and wants me to be happy. I directly asked him what the next few months in dating looks like for us, and he basically said to me that he wants me. He literally said he wants to say the L word real bad and ask me to be his girlfriend, but he wants to be able to uphold my expectations of him as of what he's shown me so far. He said he doesn't want to ask me to be his girlfriend in the next few months. He can't really do what he has been doing because he hasn't got the money or time. And he said that doesn't mean he can't do anything at all, just not as much as he has been. He wants to show me a standard and upkeep that standard, and that's just not going to happen over these next few months. My birthday is even during his final exams week in December, so it's like I already know I won't see him. And even recently, it's been so hard to plan a date between him and studying and working and me working. I haven't seen him in 3 weeks, and I've been seeing him every weekend for literally 4 months now. She's crying real bad. It's 6, 7 emojis. He said he doesn't want to worry if he is doing enough physically, financially, and emotionally. He wants to know that he is, and he can't guarantee that he will always be the case. That will always be the case the next few months. I'm not in a rush. Are you sure? I'm not in a rush, but it just makes me anxious about what the next few months, maybe even a year, will look like. He said he can give me 75% of him, just not 100%. And I don't know if that's good enough. If he has a very valid reason for saying so, I know he has a very valid reason for saying so, but I have needs too. I don't want to be in a situation where I feel like I can't call him or talk to him or see him because I don't want to get in the way of his studies. And to make it a little worse, my love language is gifts and quality time. And no, I'm not expecting Dior or Gucci. Not yet anyway. But will this nigga even be able to afford to send me flowers like he's been doing? So the question is, with all the above information, what do you guys think I should do? Or what would you do in my shoes? Side info that may help. She gave bullet points. He's 23. I'm 22.
Oh, y'all are
He's in law school. He lives in London, which is in the south of the UK. I live in the north of the UK. We both live with families, so spending the night isn't possible, hence why it's always have to be a hotel or Airbnb. We are exclusive. I work full-time in admin, and I'm a makeup artist. I'll add a video of us so you can put faces to us, but help me for real, you guys. I don't know what to do. Okay, moi, love ya.
That was a lot, and I'm so happy that you gave us so many details. But this is how I'm going to start, the advice I'm going to give her. The next woman that your man gets is going to be so lucky. He doesn't sound like she's going to be so happy. I won't even say she's going to be so happy. She's going to get a hardworking man. He's probably going to provide and take care of her. I don't think it will be you. And I only say that because it's maybe in my early 20s, this would not be the advice I would give, but you're complaining about somebody working towards their future. You don't really want to pour into the man. You sound a little selfish. And if you're in your selfish phase, sis, do you. but you got to learn how to let people go and so that they can flourish. And to me, this sounds like that. It's not like you said anything bad about him. You said he has a great job. He is taken care. He can pay for things when he can. And it sounds like he has been very honest about his situation, and you not really being honest to him about what you're willing to help with, what you're willing to deal with, and your time, how your time's being spent. And so I can't even put I think you should let him go because you don't want to be patient and you don't want to let him do what he needs to do for his future. It ain't even really about you. You worried about dating. He worried about getting his law degree. That's a really big deal. Like people that go to law school, medical, anyone who's focused on like a future.
Going to a professional degree program, that's a lot of work. Let him go. And does he like cougars? Because this sounds like a good man, Savannah. And I'm sorry that you over there, you want to get fucking flowers every week, but you about to have a lawyer on your hands, bitch. Do you hear yourself?
And this is one of those things that I always talk about where it's like, you should
pay a lawyer with a British accent, and I know his suit's gonna be fitting right. Come on.
And you should let every woman who's listening, even men, like you should pay attention to these things when you're dating someone. Because again, on another episode I had said you should pay attention to people's careers because it might not match up with what type of life you want.
That's true.
He's gonna be a lawyer. He's gonna be making a lot of money. You mad about his busyness now?
He's gonna be busy.
This is not gonna be a man where he can just be laid up with you all day. He gonna be busy. There's gonna be holidays where he's not there.
He's gonna be stressed.
He's gonna not always be able to spend time with the kids. And that's okay. But you need to realize if you are okay with that. Stop trying to hold on to him because he is gonna be a good catch for somebody's daughter.
Okay, and he's got money to blow right now. Yeah, he lives at home with his parents. So he has a good job and he's been spoiling you with these things and he's telling you. It does sound like he likes you and that's why he's being open and honest, but it doesn't sound like you really want wiggle room. You want to have this lavish life and you want gifts and you need a sugar daddy, baby girl. That's what you need. And that's the type of person you need to have two niggas actually. You need to have a sugar daddy and you need a broke nigga who don't have nothing but time. And then that way you're not going to get a twofer, but I don't know. It's something in there. Okay. We don't have to worry about it. But you're going to get a twofer. You need somebody who can buy you the things and give you the things and all of that. Then you have somebody who is going to have nothing but time because that nigga don't work.
Yeah.
And you let Mr. Lawyer Bay, you let him go because I know he got two classmates that's just waiting on his ass. Yeah. And I see all the men.
They are patiently waiting.
Law degrees, doctorate degrees, medical school, MBAs, all that shit. It's always a bitch in class that is like, this is my husband. She thinking like you, and she's gonna get in.
And I can't tell you like how many men that I have looked back on in the past and been like, oh, I fumbled that one.
You were trying to be honest and tell me what was up because you did see something in me.
And I look at the fruits of their labor and what they actually did, what actually did become.
I should have been like, well, bitch, I'm coming to the library too. I need to study something. I ain't getting no degree, but I got ideas and I need to put them to work instead of trying to dance on tables, smoking everybody's goddamn hookah and taking shots and shit. And
there are certain people in this world, men and women, who really do. They are creating their life. They're not going to get into their 30s and be confused and be struggling and be trying to figure out how to work things out. They're going to have it together. And he sounds like one of the men. And it's just like, I'm not saying you're a bad person. He's just not for you.
Video, right?
You want to play. You want to play and you want the niggas that's going to give you all the things, but they not giving you no heart and no feelings.
That's not going to be fun in the long term.
Bitch, and you going to get pregnant by one of them and be sad. And now the souls in your womb is kicking on your baby's head and stomping on it.
Is that the life you want, baby girl?
Think about the life.
Think about it. I mean, and then it's like, no, you don't have to slide the card under the table. You could also just pay for it. You don't have to hide in shame and just let her know I got you. I hope that if you blow this, don't you write us another advice letter about all the rest of these niggas ain't shit. Don't you do it. You need to slow down a minute. He gonna have the money to set off your makeup artist career because I'm sure you don't want to be an admin forever, and that's why you doing makeup. You might be making makeup. Anyway, good luck. All right, so that's it for the advice, and it's time to move on to the cocktails. If you have a cocktail that you would like to share on the show, make sure you email us cocktails@cocktailspod.com.
But if you ain't got a buck, I won't cup 'em. Spend 100 on me, it ain't nothing. Run a double D, so stuffin'. Back to the point, is it some cash in this place? If it is, I'll probably stick the stats in your face, turn around. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a was a was a
Okay, this one is titled Pussy Tail. Hey, bestie, Kiki. Hey, baby, Medina. I'm a patron and I love y'all. I met this girl online. My bio says, match if you're looking for a friend you can kiss. So we already were on one accord. Y'all, she's fine as fuck with a fat ass. I sound like a nigga. Anyway, we met up a couple days later to get our nails done. That's what I miss about dealing with women. You do get to do these girly things and then go back in.
I never dated a woman. Okay.
We went to get our nails done. We picked out one another's nail sets. Afterwards, we went next door for happy hour. We both ordered a cocktail and a shot to get started. My shot came with a lime, and I'm not a hoe, so I won't use it to chase. Okay, I need the lime to chase and a little cranberry juice. I put it up to her mouth and let her suck it instead. She looked at me dead in my eyes while she was sucking it. It was at this very moment I knew I was finna get fucked today. We were going back and forth being really flirty and nasty. Our food finally came out, but hell, I'm ready for the check. My damn panties are moist. Ooh. She looked at her phone and was like, oh, my husband is home. I told her he could watch. We get to her house. We just step inside and she gives me this long, sensual kiss. I dropped my clothes immediately after and got in the shower. I meet her at the bed. She greets my pussy with a soft, warm welcome. I'm just like Medina. I be sounding like a porn star. I'm in there like, oh my God. I beg her to sit on my face. Where's the husband at? And while I'm sucking her beautiful pierced clit, she is fucking me with this big ass double-sided dildo her husband delivered to us. Ugh. She's just dipping it in my wet pussy and I'm hollering. She then repositions and inserts the other end into her own pussy. She's grinding and she sounds so good. Her husband then brings us the wand. The husband is like the butler.
That's a good man, Savannah.
And we get in there in the scissoring position with me on top and the wand between us. And I'm just floating. Later on, I'm on my back. She's in between my legs, holding the wand on my clit and choking me with her other hand. She says, I want you to come. And I'm just like, yes, ma'am. God damn it. Shit, fuck, and God. And that's my cocktail. Let me know if y'all want to hear about our threesome. Love y'all.
And I would love to hear about the threesome. You know I love a good threesome story.
That was a great little snippet of what your life be like, bitch, because that was sounding like fun.
Thank you guys so much for sending in the cocktails. Remember, if you have one that you want to share on the show, you will email us cocktails@cocktailspod.com and also advice at cocktailspod.com. Yes, we have shows this weekend. So tomorrow night we're in Chicago. And then Sunday night, we are in St. Louis. Can't wait to see you guys. Please send me some restaurant recommendations. I stay hungry and I want to eat.
And make sure if you're coming to the Chicago show and St. Louis, it's a Halloween theme. So get your costumes ready. We will have our costumes on. It's going to be a really good time. We're going to take a bunch of pictures and we got some performers ready for y'all.
Yes.
Get your tickets now. You're going to have fun. It can be a date night, a late night, a girls' night, a whatever night. Just come and turn up with us.
Yes. Okay. So make sure you're also following us on Instagram. I am Kiki Said So.
I'm at Coffee Bean Dean.
We're Cocktails Podcast. And until next week, you guys, goodbye.
I'm sorry, but the person you called has a voicemail box that has not been set up yet. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Population. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.